Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys for stopping by. Today I'll be sharing with you guys how to make homemade yogurt. If you want the same consistency, I'll recommend that you use the same amount of ingredients that you see me using in this video. I'm going to go ahead now to share with you guys all the ingredients that I would use. I'm going to be using 2.5 cups of water. Of course, you need a pot to mix your milk and water. Now, this is my milk. I'm going to be using 1 cup of milk, and I'll be using the Dole Yaourt. If you're in Cameroon, then you know Dole Yaourt. I don't know if they're in other countries, but if you're in Cameroon, you know Dole Yaourt. So I'm just going ahead to measure my 1 cup of powder milk, and I'm going to pour it in the pot. Now I'm not going to pour in all the water at the same time. You're going to notice that I'm going to pour a little bit and then I stop, and then I'm going to use my whisk to mix the milk and the water and to make sure that there are no lumps. Once I notice that there are no lumps in my mix, I'm going to go ahead and pour in. You guys can see that it's really it's finely mixed and you cannot see any lumps in the milk. You can't see any lumps. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of the water and then I'll mix it again. After that, I'm just going to put it on the gas and allow it to, you're not allowing it to cook for long. So once I notice the first bubbles, you guys look closely at the corner, you see there's some bubbles around the pot. I'm going to take it off the fire and then I'll just start stirring it until it gets to a point where it's just warm. So this process is kind of, I think this is the hardest process, which is not that hard. It's just for you to keep stirring from time to time, just to make sure that air gets into the milk and then it gets to a point where it's no longer hot, it's lukewarm. When it's still hot, do not pour in your yogurt. Just keep mixing until it gets to a point where it's warm to touch. You can put at the back of your palm, and yeah, at the back of your palm, then you feel it. If it's warm, you know that it's okay for you to go ahead and add in your yogurt. So for me to get this consistency, I use 1 container of the Dole yogurt. If you're in Cameroon, you know this yogurt. I use 1 container and this one is flavored. You could get the one that doesn't have any flavor. This one has flavor and it has some sweetener, it has some sugar, I think. But yeah, they sell the one that doesn't have flavor and it doesn't have sugar, so you can definitely get that one if you prefer it. But I was making for my kids and I know that they'll love the flavor. And oh, I actually did add some sugar at the end. We're going to get there. So when you pour in your yogurt, you want to mix it and mix it and mix it till it's very smooth. You want to mix it thoroughly. You guys can see me mixing. Once it's smooth, you want to get an airtight container, preferably plastic, because it's going to really store in there, it's going to trap in the heat. You pour it in an airtight container. You guys can see I'm pouring it and then I'm just going to close it. I'm going to get a clean towel and then I'll close the airtight container and then I'll get a clean towel and I'll wrap around the container just to trap in the heat. I highly advise that you should get a market bag. If you're in Cameroon, get a Saxamoto or get even a wrap just to create more heat. So for me, what I did was, after wrapping it in this towel, I sent it into one of my refrigerators that is not on. I'm not using it, so inside is really hot, and I left it for 12 hours. I know some people do 8 hours, but I left it for 12 hours because I had other things doing, and I came back after 12 hours to check. And when I opened it, this is what my yogurt was looking like, and I was pleased. Voila, I love it. Was so smooth, like I didn't need to do any, like, a lot of mixing or anything. It was just so smooth. You guys can see that. And I didn't want it extra. If you want it extra thick, I think you probably have to add some milk or maybe some yogurt. I think some milk, yeah, if you want it extra thick. But this is how I wanted it to be, and yeah, I love the consistency. Try this recipe and tell me how it turned out for you.